Today is a very important day as required by law. We were here today to read the revenue raising measures. Um, so it's a requirement, we do it on a yearly basis. We've been working on the budget for the last few months. And today was a day now to present it to the Assembly for onward processing. Today's budget is estimated at for the next financial year, the budget is estimated at 19 billion. And this is the budget I've been reading, and it covers various sectors in the economy. One of the most important sector, which is also in line with the governor's 9-point agenda, is the food security sector. Heavily covered in the budget through irrigation schemes. We are funding the establishment of a number of irrigation schemes, more than 6 across the county. We have also budgeted for restocking, of livestock restocking to communities that have been affected by drought and insecurity. Under food security also, there is this important element of water. We have provided over 700 million to ensure that water is available for human use and livestock use. There are quite a number of dams that will be established along borders to support pastoralists to access pastures and improve on their livelihoods. In Lodo municipality alone, we have sunk some money for balls, and as you are aware, in the last rains, we experienced and the floods, we lost a major ball 9 at River Turkana, which is a dependable ball that the town uses to get water for the residents. So we have set aside some money to strengthen water supply by sinking new boreholes and also supporting pastoralists, as mentioned earlier. So basically in food security, those are the 2 areas we strengthened: irrigation, livestock provision, and water to support that. The other area is on emergency disaster management. As you are aware, we are prone to unplanned disasters in form of floods, in form of droughts. So we have set aside about 100 million shillings to be used when such a disaster is experienced in the future. And it's really very, very important in terms of planning. Another area that I want to highlight, which is important, is, as you are aware, there are pending bills that have been accrued over the years by the county government. And we are committed to clearing these pending bills and putting a smile back to the faces of traders, suppliers, contractors, and a total of about 876 million pending bills were paid in the last financial year. In this financial year, we have set aside 200 million to pay pending bills that have accumulated for the last 5 years. And this is a commitment we want to ensure the public that the government would execute. Running very quickly on the ministries, quite a number of ministries are at the top, because the difference between the lowest and the highest is not that significant. Ministry of Education, we have set aside 500 and over a billion shillings as the budget, and 535 million would go to bursary, would support bursary. Another ministry that is at the top is the Ministry of Agriculture, because of the food security element. Health is also supported because there are programs to improve health infrastructure, and top in those programs is the establishment of level 5B hospital. We've set aside money for construction of level 5B hospital. So those are the major ministries at the top. But I would also want to mention that the youth are considered in this budget. We have set aside 90 million under the cooperative fund to support the youth to take loans to buy motorbikes. And then this fund will be revolving. They will be paying money back into the fund, and this will grow. We are starting in Lodwar. In the subsequent years, we are thinking of other major towns like Kakuma, Lokichar, Lokichogio, Urugum, name them. So we'll be expanding so that our youth are not idle. Our youth get something to keep them going. Trade is at the lowest, but again, for trade, we are just providing an enabling environment for economic development. And the Public Service Board also has little based on the activities they carry out. So you wouldn't really expect them to have a lot of money because the activities are limited. I think those are the ones that I can say are at the bottom. Currently, we are targeting traditionally we've been targeting 200, 220, 190, but this financial year we have stretched, next financial year we have stretched a bit. We want to target 320 million. There are a number of issues that we want to address in order to enhance revenue, and one of them being revenue collected from tourist attraction. We have a beach and a conservancy called Nalio in Turkana East. That beach attracts tourists, and there is a lot of business there, but as a county government, we don't get even a shilling from that business. We want to start engagements with the proprietors of that beach so that we get in revenue in terms of tourist money brought in by tourists. The other bit in terms of a stream that gets us revenue is a single business permit. It's a requirement that all businesses registered in the county pay for the permits, and this is one of the leading sources of revenue. I mentioned the parks, the parking lots in town. As you can see, the business community, the people who visit town have started using these parking lots, and we hope to be able to continue collecting revenue and also expand the spaces to provide this service. And so these are some of the areas that we want to use in boosting our revenue. Most importantly, we have machines in the Ministry of Water. We also have machines that are owned by government in Ministry of Public Works and Roads. We want the business community, the contractors, to be able to access these machines, and the money that comes in will as well boost our revenue. The other source of revenue is from the lease of land. We have oil exploration happening in Turkana South and East, so we also expect annual revenue collection from the lease of land in these areas. So those are some of, not all, of the measures we put in place to bolster our revenue collection measures. The unique aspect of this budget, we have given 50 million to each ward allocation to address development. So each MCA here, representing the ward, has received 50 million, and this will go into development projects in the wards. So it's the first time we are doing it, and you remember in the last budget when we read it, the MCAs were asking about the ward allocation, the ward fund, but this has been fulfilled. So a total of 1.5 billion in this budget that goes to specifically address felt needs at the ward level. And this is actually good news, and the services are getting closer to the people that way. Thank you so much.